Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, we have all the backstage fallout from whatever went wrong on SmackDown last week.
Gail Kim denies reaching out to AEW for a job.
It's a day of the week ending in Y, so of course Bret Hart is burying someone.
And WWE spoils its very own mystery gimmick. I'm Adam Wilborn.
Yeah, hello.
This is the news.
Oh, what's going on? What's going on here with this SmackDown thing? There's a bit of Twitter afters, shall we say, a bit of an X afters. So if you missed it, this revolves around the main event to this week's episode. It was the main event, right?
Yeah.
I'm not being stupid. I'm not forgetting things. Between Tiffany Stratton, Nia Jax, and Jade Cargill. It was for Tiffany's women's title. Things went a bit awry on two occasions. Number one was the injury to Jade Cargill. If you haven't seen the image, well, we can't really put the image on the screen because it's quite gory, but...
It's badass.
Yeah,
but,
it was badass. It was badass, but you'd probably rather it didn't happen, right?
Yeah.
Big
Viewer
cut.
Discretion is advised.
Yeah, big cut, like one of those ones where it's like talking to you. It looks like a little mouth, and it's it was pretty gory. It was pretty rough, and it stemmed from a spot on the steps. Outside, Nia Jax grabbed Jade or had her head and went to push her into the steps. Jade hit her head and boom, busted wide open.
Echoes of was it Kyrie that happened to years ago?
Yes.
Just full force into the steps.
It was tough. I've got some stuff to say about it. We'll get there. Specifically the reaction to it. The finish of the match was the next thing that kind of went awry.
You're telling me.
Yeah, it was weird. So Jade hit the eye of the storm on Nia. 1, 2. At this point, Tiffany Stratton seemingly is supposed to come in and break it up. She's a little bit late, however, which means that Nia needs to kick out, which so far is fine. Yeah. Right? If that's not planned, it's okay. You can kind of style that out, though, and just do something else. Tiffany then gets hold of Jade, kind of gets rid of her, with the idea being that Tiffany's going to steal the pin, but that's difficult because Nia kicked out to preserve the late spot coming in and all of that stuff. Tiffany went for the pin, 1, 2, and the referee kind of pulled out of the count before 3. There wasn't a visible kick out from Nia. Yeah, Nia couldn't exactly be pinned after kicking out. That would have made her look like a buffoon in this situation. There was a bit of confusion. Then Tiffany just hit the prettiest moonsault ever and got the pin. Bum, 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 bum. The reactions to this have been typically haywire. Yes. However, we've got a couple from wrestlers here. Actually, Jade liking a tweet that seems to confirm the planned finish was the interruption. The tweet said, Tiffany was late to break up the pin. She was supposed to push Jade and steal the win. And that was the end of the match. They've done similar finishes at house shows. Jade liked that, according to the author, because the author of the tweet is the only person.
Of course you can't see other people's light, can you, nowadays?
Exactly. Which, I mean, a lot of people are going to get a rude awakening when they turn that public again.
They're not going to do that, are they? I got stuff to do.
Come on, they'll do whatever they want. They don't care. And in another controversy that was firing up, somebody made a really over-the-top post about how Nia Jax should be made pain for this.
Everyone should pin her, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Me, you, the referees.
Barney McGrew, Cuthbert, Dibble, and Grubb. Tom Pestock, Bishop Dyer, Baron Corbin.
Legend.
Basically fired in shut the hell up. Chelsea Green replied to this saying, the internet not knowing that Nia is one of the best is the biggest travesty. We are lucky to have her as a locker room leader. What do you think of this?
It was a horribly messy ending to it, obviously. There's no getting away from that. I mean, it was annoying because that triple threat was actually going really well right up until that point. Including the bit where Jacob busted wide open, was covered in blood because it looked cool. Never wish an injury on anyone, obviously. Hope she's well, hope she recovers fine and all that. But in one of those spots, you're just like, that's added some spice to this match. I mentioned the sort of echoes of the Kairi Sane spot because I was slightly worried that, yes, there was going to be this internet backlash that, Nia Jax is unsafe and what have you, whereas, she's been fine since, I was
totally fine.
One of the main people complaining about her dangerous work years ago, and I've completely changed my opinion on her. I think she's absolutely sensational. The finish, I think it's everyone's fault except Jade Cargill's. Yes. Basically, Jade did what she needed to do, hit the eye of the storm, went for the pin. Nia, okay, you see Tiff not being able to make it, you kick out, but then the confusion and all that of right, well, surely just go, I've just kicked out, hit the prettiest moonsault ever. not do a pin. The ref go, what are we doing? And then it's just horrible. Really completely ruined the ending of the match. I think the internet's always ready and raring to go after any female wrestler, let's be perfectly honest, in amongst all this. These things happen. The spot with Jade was not ideal, obviously. But if there's no animosity, I think that's all that really matters. You shouldn't get offended on behalf of someone else if they're not upset.
Yeah, I think so. And, like, look, there are ring step spots on every show. Yeah. Like, every single show. And people are talking about it like Nia was, she grabbed her by both hands and she violently threw her. No, it was a pretty routine, Jade went into it face first, but there were no hands up or anything like that. It's an accident. Yeah. I think that in situations like this, unfortunately, Nia's reputation from before does precede her a little bit. But there's people calling for her job and stuff, and it's an accident. Okay, these things have happened in previous Nia matches, but not for a long time.
I think she's a brilliant part of the roster as well. Yeah. Like, you just need to watch, and I know not many people will have because it was on NXT. Yeah. Watch the work she did with Lash Legend a few months back. Sensational.
Was there this kind of outrage when Rey Mysterio lost his eyeball? No, there was not.
Exactly.
So come on,
Jay didn't lose an eye.
Exactly.
And they grow back. So
it's the land of WWE. Eyeballs they're like if you shave your hair off, unlike unless you're bald. So yeah, I do think that the reaction to that was a bit over the top. Yeah, it sucks that Jade got hurt, but come on, I get why people instantly go, dangerous worker, because 5 years ago a bunch of people were legitimately hurt. It's just it's wrestling. It's one of those things. And the finish, look, botches don't matter unless if you style them out. They don't matter, right? Like if in this situation a couple of different choices were made, it would have been totally fine. Yeah. If Tiffany missed her cue, okay, Nia could just kick out again and then she could do the moonsault again, or the referee. The referee called it like a shoot, which is what they used to be instructed to do. Nia would have been pinned and she would have looked a bit silly. Yeah. But probably not as silly as things looked on the night.
It was a combination of factors.
Yeah, it was just in the moment. I'm sure it's difficult to come up with these snap judgments, and mistakes were made. I think we'll move on from this, and nobody will remember the finish in a week.
Tiffany Stratton versus Stephanie Vaquer at Crown Jewel. I'm excited for that.
There you go, for the big belt.
The big belt slash ring, I think that some people wear. Was Cody wearing a ring?
I think he was. Which of them would look funnier with the big belt? Because Liv Morgan looked really funny with that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Belt. Probably Stephanie. She's a bit smaller, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Belt up to her eyes.
Probably just put some horns on the belt. There you go.
Yeah.
Fixed it.
Why not?
Right, let's talk a little bit more about Gail Kim.
Yeah. It's still going.
How?
Still going.
There's the Gail Kim rehost stuff. Gail Kim, Kenny Omega, AEW fans versus Gail Kim, all that
Gift
sort of thing.
baskets.
Now, Gail Kim has gone online to discuss reaching out to AEW for a job, because everyone was talking about that, basically. Yeah. Saying the real news about what happened with AEW, since people will lie, etc. I was giving it for interviews, but oh well, it's now. I got one text from AEW when I was terminated from TNA. It was from Sanjay, of course, inquiring more about whether I wanted to wrestle. I'm retired, end of story. That's the saddest part of all for me. Yeah. I really love Gail Kim.
Would like more Gail Kim matches.
Yeah, I think she was, a real shining light in a very, very dark time. But yeah, it's one of those things that I don't think people can comprehend. You can, even if she did reach out for a job with AEW, you can still criticise them without it being like sour grapes.
Yeah. What are we doing?
Can we move on?
What's going on? What's going on? Is this the first time we've talked about this stuff? I think it is.
I think
so. So this has been going on for about a week. I think, someone correct me if I'm wrong, I think it started with Gail criticising Riho for being too small and looking like, I think the phrase was, she looks like a little girl or something like that, which is like, you don't have to like Rio's not my favourite wrestler in the world or anything like that, but I think for me, right, the debate around her has not evolved once since she debuted. And also, she's an inch shorter than AJ Lee. What are we doing here? Like, what? I mean, apply the same logic to AJ Lee if you're going to say she's too small. It's nonsense. It's complete nonsense. So I disagree with Gail on that. However, There was people going, Gail Kim's never had a good match. I was like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Like, Gail was never any good because she insulted my company. That means she was never any good. And it's like, I mean, go and watch the Awesome Kong feud or the Taryn Terrell matches, which were like huge over deliveries. It's not hard. Come on, like, just because you disagree with someone doesn't mean you have to erase their entire career. She hasn't made things good for herself because she's just tweeted and tweeted and tweeted and tweeted. And she's aligned with some people that other people don't like. And I think it was BJ Bethel of SE Scoops who reported that Jade, we're talking about Jade Cargill still, that Gail had reached out to AEW for a job and she's denied that, obviously. And she's still tweeting. Kenny Omega posted something about splits and a gift basket.
He subtweeted her, basically.
Yeah, which he probably shouldn't have done. Hurricane Helms was like, wait, you guys get gift baskets?
That was good.
Fair play. I'd like a gift basket from anyone in life, really.
Yeah.
This whole thing is really weird. You got somebody who's gone a little bit too far in their criticism, IMO, and then you've got a bunch of people who just think she sucks now. It's like, imagine that. Imagine tomorrow, I don't know, Trish Stratus tweets, yeah, I wasn't really into this collision opener this week. Trish, you're terrible. You were never a star. You were never over. You suck.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
You should never win a title. I mean, that'd be fine because no one watches Collision anymore. But
hey, I watched Kyle versus Commander. Not as good as the last one, but good.
Yeah.
Good.
I'll watch Kyle.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Whoa, I'm wobbling here.
Wobbly.
Right. I watched the Death Riders tag too.
I got really wound up by this whole theme on Friday. I'm going to try and start my week off in a more calm place by simply saying people are allowed their subjective opinions.
Yes.
That doesn't affect you or your enjoyment of wrestling. Yeah. And even if your favourite wrestler says something to counteract another wrestler, you don't have to go into league with them. You can just go, cool. Well, those two people disagree with each other.
Yeah.
It's the extremes, like you say, that people go to. It's like football fans. You know football fans when, like, I don't know, a legendary player from another club is celebrated for an achievement and the rivals have to say, never scored a good goal. It's like, well, they did, didn't they?
Yeah.
You know, have that sort of a career and not do that and not get to the position you are within your sport, whether that be football or wrestling, without doing some important things.
Yeah.
So, come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
it's crazy.
Anyway.
It's crazy.
It's subjective. I can't get this across.
I know. Well, it's like a lot of it is just people get upset when their favorite company's criticized in any way. And it's like, look, I get it. Like the Riho stuff, it's really tiresome. She's too small.
How's it been 6 years?
Yeah, like we're still having the exact same conversation. It's never moved on. People have never evolved. Like I say, she's 1 inch shorter than AJ Lee. Like, what are we doing here? Do these people watch Rey Mysterio in the men's division and go, too small, he sucks? No, they don't, because they're playing sports teams.
Right, full disclosure, when I first saw Riho, I hadn't seen her outside of AEW, I saw her and went, Nyla Rose is going to kill her.
Yeah.
That was the point, right? Surely you look at it and you go, it's literally a David and Goliath thing.
Yeah.
And then Riho fires up, and if you buy it, it really enhances your enjoyment of it, like I had. If you don't buy it, don't watch.
You just move
Still
on.
watching and move on with your life.
Move on with your day.
What are we doing?
Yeah, there's room for all. That's the thing. There's room for all. Short wrestlers, tall wrestlers, muscular wrestlers, less muscular wrestlers, whatever.
Ricky Sage just beat Obafemi. I think in a normal street fight, Obafemi kill him.
That's the thing that...
And also people got upset about that. Oh, bloody hell. You won with the DDT. No, you won with 4 DDTs, 1 on a table and 1 on the floor, knobhead.
Yeah, but 4 is just 4 divided by 1.
Also, a DDT is a finishing move. Yeah. Oh, I said I wasn't going to get wound up.
Jake Roberts. Man.
Yeah.
Jake Roberts.
Oh, he never had a good match though, did he?
Yeah.
I don't know. Said he didn't like Cadbury's cream eggs, so...
Yeah, you know what I say about Jake Roberts? Always a terrible promo as well. Really bad at that.
God's sake.
You know what? We're off. We're going off. Why not? Let's go off. The other 2 stories are not as fun as these.
Yeah. It's Bret Hart moaning, of course.
You know, this came up again as well from people who they leap into various people's defenses. The idea that wrestling has to look like a real fight is such nonsense. Have you ever seen a real fight? That is boring.
Yeah.
Like, it's a couple of dudes holding on to each other. They fall on the ground. One of them might hit a punch and it's done.
Yeah.
Who wants to watch a real fight? I'm not talking about an MMA match or whatever. Like 2 guys.
It can be boring.
in the street.
Two grapplers go to the ground, you go, nothing's happening.
Yeah, have you ever seen John Fitch, brother? Like, come on. Like,
did he get cut after he won?
He did.
Like, still too boring. Bye.
Yeah. He's like on like a 12-match winning streak. Bye. You're dull. Josh Koscheck, all these old UFC guys.
He's funny. He does ridiculous things like flopping and things like that.
Remember when Paul Daly punched him in the face? That's what happened, right?
Yeah.
I'm not making that up.
Bell rang, and he was so frustrated with Josh Koscheck, which I can understand. Yeah. He's a piss boiler, let's say. Yeah. He just went, I'm going to twat you afterwards.
Yeah, just punch you in the face.
But yeah, it's ridiculous, isn't it? Like what you like, obviously, but let other people enjoy what they enjoy. And yeah, the idea that I should look like a real... sometimes great. Like,
cool, yeah.
When, like, CM Punk, I really enjoyed, and people disagree on this, but, like, when CM Punk was just getting ragdolled by Gunther, and you were like, is this it? Is he just going to get his head caved in?
Yeah.
And then it tells the story of that. But then other times, you can have, perfect example from the weekend, a Javon Evans match, right? I don't think in a real fight you go, hey, but he looks awesome.
Yeah, this is it. I'm gonna, pardon me, real fight opponent. I'm just gonna do a springboard.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do an assai moonsault and a space flying tiger drop.
What are we doing?
I don't know. We're nuts. We've lost our minds. You see these people, do you see the Ryder Cup stuff this weekend?
Oh, that was funny. Yeah. I don't really know, but all I know is USA, you suck. We rule golf. Yeah. Is that a thing? Is that what we say?
Rory McIlroy's wife got her in the head with a beer.
Did she?
Yeah, it wasn't.
Jeez, I just saw the heckling stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's 50-year-old men. Like 50-year-old men have spent thousands of pounds. They go to golf and go, boo!
Golf? Not even like you've got a windmill that's going, when you have to get it through at the right time. That's proper.
I like golf. I'm a golfsman.
Shove it in the bin with snooker for me. Couldn't care less. Darts, now there's a sport.
Okay, let's move on. Bret Hart burying people, that's a sport.
What we got today, we should have a wheel.
That's a good thing.
Mainly with like 5 slots for Triple H, because you see the inside the ropes thing.
Yes, I did.
Shout inside the ropes. They got him to do like a, either or, and the winner stays on. Picks the Rock over Stone Cold because he's got sense, obviously. I can't remember who it is, but it's some legendary wrestler or Triple H. And he says, I think it's Mr. Perfect maybe. He says, Mr. Perfect 1,000,000 times over.
You love to see it.
It's the best.
It's we really do need to get that wheel. Like,
yeah,
we'll just like omit Goldberg from it because he's on there every day. But yeah, so Hulk Hogan is the latest, as usual. A man who died like 2 months ago or something. Bret is still going, baby. So yeah, he did show. This was in Germany. He did show some love to Mr. Perfect and Roddy Piper. I'll just read the nice stuff before we do the other stuff. Everything for me started with the wrestlers that loved working with me, like Mr. Perfect and Roddy Piper, and certain guys wanted to help me and prove to the office and the promotion that I could be a big star. And so I owe a lot to Mr. Perfect. He was the first guy to really go in there and just show everybody how good I was. Kurt was one of my favorite guys to ever wrestle. Roddy Piper was probably second. Hulk Hogan. When I go back and look on my career and I look back on wrestling the industry, I look back on what Roddy and Mr. Perfect did for me, and I can tell you, Hulk Hogan never did that for anybody. He never helped anybody else after his time was done, after his time was being the top guy. He would rather see the company sink than actually come back and help make the next star, which in wrestling, that's kind of how it always worked. The next guy builds the next guy after. It's like everybody helps each other kind of thing. So it's pretty tame compared to some of his burials.
Pretty accurate too.
Hulk Hogan's like the most notorious backstage politician ever. So, okay.
Yeah, I mean, Bret, I love hearing him talk about the business, obviously. Prefer to hear him, like you say, put over people like Kurt Hennig.
I prefer him to bury people, to be honest.
But it is funny when he goes after, like you say, the big wheel of talent.
Wheel of Doom.
And yeah, I mean, I know Hulk Hogan's passed away and he's got a legacy, but it's a complicated legacy and what have you. But I don't think this is sort of besmirching the dead. I think, like you say, a lot of people are aware of the amount of backstage politicking he did. You look at when he would come into promotion, certainly in the late years of his career, and what he would do. It wasn't like, right, which people can I rise up? It's like, can I have the title, actually? Can I win some big matches?
How about you give me the belt?
You think about like the Taker stuff, that legendary story where he's like, oh, you broke my neck, brother. And then Taker like saw the footage back about 3 weeks later and was like, nowhere near the chair. He's always a kind of what's in it for me kind of wrestler.
He always was. That's part of his legacy.
Whereas Bret, I mean, the footage speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Like, look what he did for Stone Cold Steve Austin, for example.
Bitter old loser, isn't he, Bret?
Yeah.
That's what some people will tell you.
But I do like the fact that everyone just, every week someone shoves a mic in front of him and he's like, I'm glad you asked.
Yeah, he doesn't care. He doesn't care. And I find that refreshing. I like him burying people. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
I think it's fun. Well, what's your favourite Hulk Hogan lie of all time?
Oh, I love the, I'm going to give a shout out to the, I think it's right, is it Aaron Cheapshot on X?
Alan
Cheapshot, thank you.
Yes.
That thread is something I go back and read almost on a sort of monthly basis. I quite like the ones where it's like, you know, sometimes when people, like there's that thing going around at the moment with the football podcasts and people sort of make up events that happen, playing the Champions League against Zidane or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
And some of them you go, oh, they might just misremember that.
Yeah.
And so you can say, oh, maybe they misremember working with so-and-so. But when he talks about, like, I don't know, partying with people that are dead after a WrestleMania, or like Elvis being his biggest fan, it's probably the 400 days thing. I think manipulating space and time is probably the biggest lie you can tell.
Yeah, you can't
but
really
there's
beat
so
that.
many good ones. Check out that thread.
Yeah, mine varies all the time, but I think my current favourite one is Andre the Giant died 2 weeks after I slammed him, brother. It's like, he was alive for like years after that. What are we doing?
Loads of time.
What's going on?
Like, objectively, like, you could look at the date that was and the date of his passing and go, yeah, that's not 3 weeks or whatever, is it?
Longer than a fortnight, mate. What are we doing?
Who was it he said he partied with after WrestleMania? Was it someone, oh God, I can't remember.
Roosevelt.
Someone like the Blues Brothers or something like that, I think. I can't remember, but yeah, basically it was... I've got John Krasinski's name on my head, which is not correct.
Yeah.
It's something similar to
Winston Churchill, one of them. Yeah.
He partied with them after WrestleMania, and it's like they've been dead like 2 years.
Yeah.
But on it, put your favourite one in the chat.
Let us know down below.
Harley Race set fire to a ring and pulled a gun on him, and then asked him for a job or something.
Bass player in Metallica.
Yeah, that was good.
The schedule just didn't work for the Hulkster, brother.
Didn't he discover Kevin Owens?
I think he did, yes.
Discovered Kevin Owens.
Benjamin Shelton.
Was going to be in the UFC or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. He was the first person to wrestle Brock after Brock came out of the UFC.
Where? When? What?
Him and the Hulkster had a shoot fight, brother.
I only got to read that thread this morning.
It's
My day's ruined now.
It's good, Fred.
Right, let's conclude by talking about the best wrestling show on the planet, NXT. It was no mercy this weekend. Really good. We'll call up on it last night. I think it was in Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale, France.
Fort Lauderdale, France, of course. Really good. As I mentioned, do go and check out that Javon Evans-Josh Briggs match. They are magic in the ring together. We saw, as I mentioned earlier, Ricky Saints become NXT champion. But in the other big NXT title match that wasn't the Speed Championship, we saw Lona Vice challenge JC Jane for the NXT Women's Championship. Really fun match. Usual sort of shenanigans with Fatal Influence, or people who are left in Fatal Influence at least, Fallon Henley getting involved. She got ejected from the match, and then a mystery person attacked Lola Vice on the outside whilst JC Jane had the referee distracted, which allowed JC Jane to hit the rolling encore and get the 1, 2, 3. And there was a big speculation. Who was that? They're in a hooded thing. We don't see their face. They don't reveal themselves afterwards. I have to tune in and find out. You don't need to do that. WWE spoiled their very own mystery because in the WWE website recap for the match, they just named the person who, I mean, many people would have probably speculated if you watched the show who it could be, but yeah, they just said, yeah, it's Lainey Reed. It's Lainey Reed. I'll read you the brief summation of the recap. Lainey Reed has been involved with Fatal Influence, didn't wrestle on the show. She was injured, so she couldn't compete for the Speed Championship, but, you know, it makes sense. The recap read, JC Jane retained the NXT Women's Championship thanks to a shocking assist from Lainey Reed. Out of nowhere, this continues later on in the review, Jane hit a rolling encore, Vice executed her spinning back fist and fell out of the ring, and a hooded figure appeared and cracked Vice with a running knee strike at ringside, and the challenger rolled back inside and suffered a final rolling encore. But yeah, literally at the top of the article, they just say it's Lainey Reed. So
it's funny.
We'll keep that mystery for Tuesday, I suppose. The boys will speculate on the podcast. Who could it possibly? It's Lainey Reed.
Yeah. They should lean into it.
Why is there no quality control?
Yeah.
You check an article, right, before, I don't know, Hamflet posts it online or something. Does no one go, that's a mystery? we're kind of keeping that one a mystery.
Should probably wrap that one up, especially when later in the article it's like the mystery.
Yeah.
It's funny.
A mystery person attacked. Aforementioned Lainey Reed.
It's just a silly mistake. It's funny. I laugh. I laugh at this. It's funny.
I hope they do more of these sorts of things.
Maybe they should lean into it and either...
Vince McMahon, a.k.a. the higher power. What?
Yeah. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? I feel like they should maybe either like... They should acknowledge it on the show maybe and just have her come out and be like, yeah, well, we were trying to keep this a surprise, but then some admin on the website flubbed it up. Or you
NXT Anonymous. NXT Anonymous wrote the article.
Ah, there you go. There you go.
Or TNA now they're
It was the TNA hacker.
Yeah.
It was Mustafa Ali.
That Tuesday
He's done it.
That Tuesday night's ruined for us, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, cool.
NXT TNA Invasion and an AEW show. I'm waking up at 2 a.m. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I don't have to review either of these shows because I can take it easy, but you guys, sorry.
Don't call us heroes. All right, you don't have to.
Gee whiz, don't bring that back. That
Just bang some pots for us outside your back door.
It was a really misguided period of our existence. All right. Okay.
Let's wrap it up.
This was funny. That's a funny story. Shouldn't have done that, but who cares? We all had a laugh. Check out the video on your screen right now. This is a bunch of misconceptions that you have about WCW.
Yeah. Was Vince Russo all bad?
Yeah, mostly, but not always. Anyway, check this out. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.